Hello.
Hello. How are you? How are you at home? Or wherever you are. Let's not do the whole shower thing, okay?
Right.
I won't say it.
Alright.
Alright. So, how's everyone?
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Short week.
Yes. Did I say that? No. Okay. Alright. We're going to keep it clean?
I can never guarantee anything.
No. Alright. So, how the hell are ya? We're doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything new?
Short week.
I know.
Had the kiddos nonstop for 3 days.
I know. Isn't that
So
fun? Yes.
they're back in camp today.
Have you seen that reel? That it's
No.
like the mom is like dancing and
Oh,
it
no,
says in the
no.
background or something, you know, the kids are finally in school, whatever. Or she's home alone or something like that. I think it's
I'm all for those. So
yeah.
we'll have to do one of those.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, well, it's short week, like we said. Let me see. We have some busy news and this past weekend, for 4th of July.
Yes.
Let me put my glasses because
You can see shit.
I can't
No
see a
veo
damn
nada.
thing.
No veo nada.
I can't see. Anyway, busy week for autism on the news. Unfortunately, which we have a heavy heart.
Indeed.
A 10-year-old drowned this weekend. An autistic child. He wandered off and ended up at a neighbor's pool, and he drowned. And we talk about this, but it's like,
Yeah.
ugh, it's one of those things that, Dios mío.
I think that we hear about deaths all the time, but when it's a child with special needs, specifically with autism, not only does it really hit close to home, but it's just drowning is always preventable for the most part. But this is something that it's the high. I think it's the highest leading cause of death.
Yes.
Of kids on the autism spectrum, especially here in South Florida, where there's bodies of water and pools pretty much everywhere. If you don't have one, your neighbor has one. So we hear it a lot, unfortunately, and it's lots of our kiddos are really drawn to water. Many of you have probably seen the videos of my boy in the water. We chose to go with an above ground pool because at least he can stand in it. But they're very drawn to water. Unfortunately, really, this goes all across the entire spectrum, because even if you have a child who may be on the higher functioning end, or a child that requires very minimal assistance, you would think that maybe they don't need that much assistance for certain things, but that's still going to be, they may be still struggling with that part of keeping safe.
Yeah. So another thing that came out on the news, I think it was yesterday, that it said Miami-Dade PD needs help finding a 20-year-old. His name is Alejandro Suarez. Again, with a heavy heart, we our thoughts and prayers are with both of these families.
Yes.
And But anyway, let's change the subject, because it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
uy, Mufasa. Ooh.
Yeah.
Anyway, one thing. Let's change the subject and let's talk about something else now. I was checking while I was waiting for you to do this taping. I was checking my emails.
I have like 8,000 emails.
Yeah. I was checking my emails, and interesting enough, I saw one that is sex. It said sex and seniors. Now, what the fuck? Oh my god! I was like, yeah, but still, I was like,
but the fact that they were able to find you, it's just like that's funny.
I know that I'm almost a senior.
Were they like offering you like?
I don't know. I didn't open it.
You didn't open it.
I didn't open it.
All right.
All right. Don't even go there. Don't open it. I didn't. No. So yeah. So I thought that was kind of weird, but whatever. I don't know how they found me. I don't. So all right. So let's talk. Our topic today is how we got here.
Yes.
For a while now. We've been talking about doing this, right?
Yes.
We've been talking about opening something or doing something, whatever it is, just to help out, right? So, unfortunately,
I think it was so.
It was Easter.
Easter.
Mm-hmm.
Easter Sunday. Many of you who have been following us probably saw a post already that I had made a few days after Easter Sunday where we were at a family gathering and my son Justin was hurt by a bottle that he threw. He was very excited. He was having a behavior. He threw a bottle and glass ricocheted and cut his foot. He's perfectly fine. He heals like Wolverine.
Yes.
But that's a whole other story. But we had, as many other families and as we've had many times in the past, we had very negative experiences in the urgent care when we tried to treat him. Yeah. And so I made a post about the need for change. And
you made a video.
It was a video that I posted.
The reason I'm saying, I'm correcting her, and saying video because we talked about it, doing something like this, and she would say, no, I don't want video. I want only audio. Right. I'm like, bitch.
So in case no one's noticed, I'm very camera shy. This is definitely not my thing.
No, de verdad.
Yeah.
So, I kept on saying, let's do videos. Let's do this. Let's do that. Yes, but no. And she would just go around it. Right. So, like, finally, she made a video. I'm like, bitch, you cannot get away from this one.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Justin,
Justin had to take one for the team, like we say, and we joke about it. But, I posted the video because I wanted, it was during Autism Awareness Month. And I just thought the irony of it all.
Yeah.
And, I mainly posted the video because I wanted to make people aware, because unless you live this life, you know what you know. And so I posted the video, and I think that was what mainly gave us, we always had the idea of doing something like this, and we've worked together before, and we wanted to work together again. But that video gained a lot of attention.
It did.
Like I never imagined.
And not only that, is that this just hasn't happened to you. This has happened all across the board with many, many different situations.
Yes.
And that's why we wanted to talk about it today, because unfortunately, Lisette had to go to 3 different urgent cares.
Right.
To be able to get her son seen and stitched up.
Right.
How many stitches did he need?
Well, they did glue.
Oh.
They did glue instead of stitches.
That's right.
It just, at that point, it was going to be the best route rather than having to stitch him after we had been waiting all this time. Right. And, driving around.
Yeah.
From place to place.
So it was one of those things that I was like, I cannot believe this happened. I could, but, when it happens so close, it's like, really? Are you kidding me?
You see things like that on the news all the time, but, or, somebody else's post, but not really anybody close, anybody that that would have experienced this firsthand. And I think that this really triggered something in us, and we're like, well, if I made this simple video trying to explain to some people, whether you're in our life, in our autism lifestyle or not, and it gains so much attention.
Yeah,
I'm an average person. Like I don't have a lot of Facebook friends. Most of my Facebook friends are people I actually really know. So it went from like, I didn't even think I had 200 friends on Facebook. And before I noticed, I had gotten over 1,600. I mean, I haven't checked it recently, but it had like 1,700 views, which for me is like huge because, and tons of shares, because I'm not a personality, you know, on social media. I'm not someone who has, you know, 1,000 friends, yet it had like 1,700 views.
It had attention, and it had that thing that people can identify with.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically that's why we're doing this. But it's so sad that it had to happen that way.
Right.
And it's just, you know, you're in the midst of, oh my God, you know, yes, you know, guts are not flying out, but you know, there's blood, you get all, you know, tense, and
yes,
you know, you're running around, and you're wondering how he's going to behave, or what's going to happen when we get there. And when you get there, oh no, we can't do that. Then you go to another place. Oh no, we don't have staff for it. ¿Qué es eso?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Yeah,
it's like we live in the United States of America, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you would think, how they say that you don't turn anyone away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets health care regardless, right? And to actually have your son
mm-hmm.
born and raised in the United States of America,
yes,
and to actually them reject him,
yeah,
it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
I had a lot of people, like I had a few people reach out to me that wanted to make it more public.
Yeah.
One specific person on social media reached out to me and wanted to do a piece on it in their local radio station that they were working with. I haven't reached back out to him. I'm debating whether I'm even going to go that route, because I also don't want to keep bringing back the bad stuff. You know what I mean? Right. Like I just want to be done with it, and yes, made everybody aware, but you know, I just don't want to keep bringing up all that bad stuff. I don't know. I'm iffy whether I'm gonna actually go there, but we'll see.
You know, but again, to make people aware that this is happening in our backyards. Mm-hmm. This is happening. And this is not just about if you have a child with autism. This could be your granddaughter, your godson, your nephew, niece, mm-hmm. Neighbor. So it's just, this is happening. This is happening, and unfortunately, it's real. Mm-hmm. It's real. So when it first happened, we were a little freaked out. Of course, afterwards we were joking about it, and like we said, hey, let's do this thing. And unfortunately, Justin had to take one for the team, and but it hurts. Mm-hmm. It hurts as a parent, as in a moment that you're like, all crazy and trying to get something done, and you can't get it done. So so we also wanted to bring up, there's a petition going here in South Florida with Hope for Autism. They are a friend of the show, a friend of ours and a friend of the show.
And we will make sure it comes on at one point.
Yes, we're going to bring her in.
Kicking and screaming, but we'll bring her. Not just kidding.
We're going to bring a lot of people in.
Yes.
We're going to bring some people that are not going to be, camera shy,
mm-hmm.
And all that stuff, and they don't want to talk too much, but we'll bring her in. She's good about, she's awesome. Good about, videos and stuff, so, it shouldn't be a problem. But,
I've heard of her, and I've known her. I've known of her, and she's probably known of me, because we have so many people in common, professionals in the field that we both are friends with, and vice versa, but we hadn't actually met until recently, and even that, it's been mostly through social, but
Right.
she's awesome.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
So she is here in the Miami Lakes area. She has Hope for Autism, as we said, and they wrote a petition. The group wrote a petition and has brought in. Right now, we checked; it was 3,000 and some, right?
Around 3,000.
Signatures, and it's a petition that has to do with all these things.
Yes.
Basically, it's about what happens after school finishes, which that's another big one. Okay. Now that our kids are teenagers,
right,
we're like, okay, they're in school. We take them in the morning, pick them up in the afternoon, and okay, fine, good and dandy. But then what happens afterwards? What are the resources? What are things that that they can do? Vocational rehab is a big one.
Yes.
I myself, with my son Angel, I'm starting that process already, which, he's very excited. He's going to start working with another, it's a foundation, right? It's a,
yes.
Right? So it's called Gigi's Gigi's Playhouse.
He's going to be so good at that too.
Oh my God. They got him to be a puppeteer. Yes. He's 16 years old, but he still loves Elmo and Sesame Street and all of that.
He likes the Muppets too, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, yes.
Justin loves the Muppets.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he likes all that stuff, and he's been saying for the past year or so, maybe a little more, we even got him puppets, like big puppets, like full body puppets.
Awesome.
He has a few, and he says he wants to be a puppeteer. Now, he actually tells you, and I forget their names. He talks to you about so and so and so and so, and you're like, and who are they?
What's he talking about?
And who are they? And they're like, oh, that's the voice of Rosita, and that's the voice of
that's amazing.
Big Bird,
right?
And that's the one that Mom. That's the guy under Big Bird or under Cookie Monster.
He passed away, I think.
Yeah, yeah. He even told me.
I'm a huge Sesame Street fan, girl.
Yeah. So
no idea.
He is gonna work as a puppeteer.
That's so
at
awesome.
Gigi's Playhouse. Gigi's Playhouse is a foundation that works with Down syndrome children, and it's basically a really cool place because I went there for the interview. Nice. The interview process for Angel, and they do all kinds of stuff. They do dance classes.
I've always heard really
classes,
good things about them,
and all kinds of stuff. It's a place. You and I were talking about that. Remember?
Yeah.
That we talked about special needs in general, not just autism, right? Special needs in general. When you want to take your kid to a karate class or a basketball, class or whatever, things like that, sports, this, that, there's really hardly anything. We have friends in South Florida that have done some things with children with autism, soccer, basketball, but it's very few and far between. And it's only one person.
Right.
It's really not a place where people can go there and say, oh, I want to sign my kid up for, whatever it is.
Speaking of which, can we give a shout out?
Sure.
To Mrs. Audrey Amadeo.
Yes.
Speaking of which.
Yes. She does arts for
autism.
So she does classes, dance classes, and it has to do a lot with motor skills, following, the whole deal. And
amazing.
She is awesome. We know
amazing
her.
Program and amazing individual.
And we have known her for many years now.
Mhm.
And we have seen her grow. And we're very, very, very proud of her.
Yes.
And I just feel like we talked about this,
Mm-hmm.
about having a place where all these people can give services to all the kids. That would be amazing.
Yes.
That
Okay.
would be great.
Almost like
So-
a one-stop shop.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So Gigi's place is something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They do arts. They do. They even have like a little. It was like a cooking class.
Oh,
Kind of
cute.
cute. I thought it was so cute.
I haven't been
Oh my
there.
God.
I mean, I know where they're at now, but I haven't.
It's a
I
small
haven't
place,
visited,
but it's
yeah.
really cute, and you could see
Awesome.
that the people that are there are very nice. So Angel's gonna assist
Mhm.
the art teacher, and they do like little arts and crafts. They put music. They do all kinds of things, and then he's gonna be with his puppets, and he's gonna do like a
Awesome.
skit, and be with the kids and all that stuff. Of course, he cannot do it alone.
Mhm.
And he will have someone with him.
I love that he's working, doing something that he already loves in an appropriate fashion.
Yeah.
And so that's just,
But see, these are things that you gotta kind of wiggle in.
mm-hmm.
And also, it's not available for all kids because it's not available for all abilities.
Right.
And that's where we run into the
Mhm.
problem.
True.
So, I'm blessed and fortunate, but I wish that many others could be as blessed and fortunate.
Right, right.
So there are resources. You just gotta look and you
and
gotta.
I mean, like what works for one doesn't work for the other,
Correct.
and it's just really finding about the right, the right place.
Right.
Right.
The petition talks about what happens after graduation. What are the services that adults can use and,
Right.
and still be engaged? The
Mhm.
thing is that depending on their ability,
Right.
what's right for them, and there's not that many.
There really
Right.
isn't. There really isn't.
And then also for emergency services,
Mhm.
emergency services like what Lisette had,
Mhm.
right? But also emergency services when there's a crisis.
Right.
And children, not just children, adults with autism,
Right.
should not be treated the same way that other crises are treated.
Right.
Right?
Yes. That I think we need to do a whole other video on that.
Yes.
To be honest, but yes, it's definitely very different, and there has to be some accommodations
Yes.
there, and there is a difference.
And there, unfortunately, there's not
No.
at this point.
Right.
So that's something that we got to work on as a community. And again, we're gonna link that the link of the petition. We're
Yes.
gonna kind of post it on our YouTube. I am doing the editing of these videos, so I will try to put it on here. Listen, we're
Enough
learning. Enough said. Okay. Hey, we're doing this. Got it? All right. We're gonna get better. A couple of years from now.
You're gonna look at those videos from
You're gonna say,
a few
"Pero
years
qué
ago.
mierda."
These aren't even the same people.
Qué horror. Anyway, so we're gonna link that, and you're gonna have it available. If you could, please sign and share that petition.
Mm-hmm.
Because that works for everyone.
Yes.
I think the change starts somewhere, so they could trickle down. Not only just to South Florida, to all Florida, to
Right.
the whole nation, basically.
Right. Everybody sort of like, they, I don't want to say piggyback, but
Yes.
it does
It does.
definitely trickle down. And also, even if you don't have, like, let's say that you're following us because somebody told you, or you just happen to stumble across our videos, the petition isn't only for people that are being affected. if you don't already have a child with autism or have somebody in your family, perhaps it's your neighbor or your neighbor's neighbors or your coworker. Like for sure, there's going to be somebody that you would be helping by signing the petition. Even if it doesn't affect your child or it may not affect you directly, there will be somebody that you're gonna know.
Correct.
At one point.
More or less, our kids got diagnosed more or less around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And interesting enough, at that time, it was 1 in 150 children.
Right.
Right now is 1 in what?
I think it's 48.
48?
I believe so.
We have to look it up. But
yeah.
It's somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So think about it. It
really hasn't been that long when you think about the difference.
Right.
My
son is still a teenager.
Right.
Our children
are teenagers, yeah.
Are teenagers. And it's already 1 in 44. So yes, you're gonna know somebody with autism.
Yeah.
Somewhere, anywhere. So,
and you know what? Even if you don't, which I'm sure you will, but even if you don't,
just do it.
You don't do it anyway because you're making a difference in somebody's life, and you may not know anybody else, but you know us now.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
And that's what we're here for.
That's why I like her.
That's what
I like her. And that's why I'm keeping her around. Because
that and I know too much. I know the secrets.
That too.
I know the secrets.
That too. So, all right. So, pretty much, do you have anything else to say? No?
No.
Yes? No? Maybe?
Oh, I think you wanted to talk about driving lessons.
Yeah.
What are you all doing to teach your kids to drive? Again, it's one of those bittersweet things. I don't have to worry right now about teaching a child to drive.
Listen, I have 2 teenagers.
But
and one, I probably don't have to worry about that for a while. The other, I'm trying to teach. And, ay, Dios mío, Señor. Qué paciencia. You have to have a lot of patience. But you know what? Mm-hmm. I don't know. When I was a kid, their age, I had school. There was driver's ed.
There's no driver's ed anymore?
No.
No way.
No.
But I could have sworn Hialeah High still had the 4 temples outside from 19.
Bueno, yo no.
Never mind.
No.
No, but
I
don't
even
ask.
sworn
there was still.
But anyway. Yeah. No, they don't have that. So I remember getting on those little white cars and taking turns with the teacher and 2 or 3 other kids in the car. They taught us techniques, this, that, whatever. I still had to drive with my dad, and my dad was, oh my God,
I didn't do driver's ed
in the ass. But I learned with my best friend. I did.
I'm thinking about it now. My husband took me to. He wasn't my husband back then. It's not creepy. Okay, we were teenagers. He took me to Miami Park to drive, and I'm pretty sure I messed up the shocks of his car. But anyway,
that's all you did?
I didn't crash into anything that day, but
and that's all you did?
That day, yes.
Why you smile?
Because it was daytime.
Okay.
But anyways.
Wow,
I just can't believe. Well, I can't believe there's no driver's ed anymore. That is like
no.
I couldn't do it because my grades sucked, and we're still here. I couldn't. Some things never change. I couldn't do it because I wanted to do it because I wanted to drive so bad, but they told me I couldn't do it, that I needed to focus on core subjects. So
give me a.
Because boiling a hot dog in home economics was going to help me a whole lot better.
Hey, you're a good cook.
I am, but home economics didn't teach me shit, and I never did learn to sew.
I did.
I could. Really? That's cool. I don't know how to sew.
Not a good
You
one.
know
though,
what, though?
But I know.
My husband knows how to sew. Isn't that great?
Oh my god.
Like if I need a button or something, he does it for me. That's so embarrassing.
Yes, voy para allá.
That's just embarrassing.
I can't.
But yeah. But he can't cook to save his life, and he won't take an aspirin if I'm not home. So, but you know, I feed him and he sews. So
There you go.
we're good. Teamwork. Anyway, so driving lessons.
Driving lessons is
I would suggest, and I know that it's you know, it costs money, but to save your sanity and his, because I would imagine that none of you are easy.
no.
I
would.
would pay to have like, 'cause I mean, I don't know what it costs
But
now.
he doesn't want to.
Oh,
But then he doesn't want to get in the car with you. So
I
ya
did,
le
and
dije,
the man was like
either,
80.
either you get on top of the car, no sé, invéntate algo, whatever. I don't know. But he's driving me crazy. He is. And he made an appointment for because he has his permit.
right.
And he made an appointment, I think it's next week or 2 weeks, to have his, driving license, like regular license test.
Speaking of which, can I make a confession? I failed my This is no surprise. You would know this. I failed my driving test.
That's why I'm
legit,
smiling. That's why I'm just like,
I failed my driving test like 4 times. I get it. I know why they didn't give it to me. But actually, I've become a very good driver after that. But
pretty good.
yeah, but
pretty good.
I did fail my driving test. So my permit I got with no problems. But my driving test itself, I would get nervous. I don't know. I would mess something up, and it was something minor. I mean, I wasn't crashing into anything. But I would just, for whatever reason, I kept failing the test, right? So somebody took me to a location that supposedly was easier. They didn't give me my license. Like, it wasn't like, I did have to still do the test and I still had to pass.
Right.
But I guess they didn't take you out through like difficult streets and, because some places will take you out to the streets. Someone will be in a parking lot.
No, I hear that they don't do that now.
Really? So where do they take you?
In a parking lot.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm like, really?
Some places it used to be where they would take you to a parking lot right in the place, and others were like in the street.
I went into the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
They did the stop here, do this, do that, back up, do the 3-pointer, que no sé qué.
And when you did it, I think the year that I got mine, they
Listen, bitch, what are you
stopped
trying
the
to say?
3-pointer.
Why'd you put that face?
I don't know.
When you did it? When you did it?
When I did it. That was like 100 years ago. Anyway.
Sex and seniors?
Exactly. I don't know where I was going with that, but
I cut her off.
No, and then that's it. My meds are wearing off.
Yeah.
No. What I was gonna say is, I learned to drive, so I passed the test. Okay, the 3rd or 4th try. I know that this is not advice to anybody, but I learned to drive in the street afterwards. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna take away the fear.
And you want me to tell you something? Mm-hmm. That's the mentality that Sergio has. So I'm not gonna fuel the fire. I'm not gonna go to, hey bro, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm with you, man. You better not watch this before
that's true.
2 weeks ago.
But
from now.
Honestly, I knew enough to pass the test at that point. That or I had memorized the damn test already. But I knew already enough to pass the test, and I had my permit for maybe 2 years. And I, so I was practicing, and I went and I got my license, and I bought a car. I bought my first car during that time, and I hit the streets. Mm-hmm. And here we are. Still kicking.
Still driving.
Yep. So, yeah.
All right, so
this is getting kind of long.
Yeah, it is.
We're gonna probably cut.
Yeah, we're
very
gonna
soon.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for being here with us, for listening to us. Again, we will try to get you as many resources, talk about as many things that you can relate to, And hopefully you have a laugh with us and you could get something good out of this. So that's all, folks.
That's it.
You're good?
Don't forget
Oh, yeah.
to go on our website, spectrummamis.com. You can see our videos and lots of information on there. The website is looking very good, but we will be adding resources as we find them or as we hear of things. We're going to be adding resources and recommendations to different local organizations.
Right.
And spectrummummies.com.
Mamis. MAMIS. Mummies.
Yes.
So spectrummummies.com. You could also find us on social media like
Yes.
Facebook, Instagram. You can find us on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
But the core of it,
Yes.
go straight to
the website because there you'll be able to
you
either
go do click.
Yeah.
Click.
On whatever platform you want to see us. We are still working on getting on all the
We're making it cute.
and we're still working on getting on all the podcast platforms as well.
Yeah. We're in Spotify.
Yes. And we're working on the others.
We're working on the others.
Mhm.
Again, baby steps.
Yes.
Because, we're doing all this ourselves.
True.
But we're learning.
Yeah.
And we want to be with you guys, and we want to talk to you guys, and we want to entertain you guys. So we got to do it ourselves, right?
Yeah, you got it.
There we go. So, again, that's all, folks. Have a good one. Have a good weekend, and see you next Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.